Yo, what is up, guys? This is Ghost and today I'm going to be showing you editing. You know, I don't really think that a lot of people are going to want to see my editing controls. It's just left analog stick, normal, and then your reset is left analog stick, and then R1 is to confirm, obviously. And then just going to do a little bit, of moving. 90s, what I can do. I'm gonna do a bit of editing. I don't know what the hell just happened there. So that's just a little bit of editing what I can do. I'm gonna be showing you all sorts of, like, if you're not really a good builder, you don't have to be able to build to be good at the game, to be honest. You could have really good accuracy in strategy. You don't really need to build all the time. Because I usually just, like, save and mats, if you know what I mean. So what I usually like to do in games is I just get max mats, or arena I'll get as much mats as I possibly can. But then in normal games, if I'm surrounded by wood, brick, if I'm mostly surrounded by brick, I'll just spend most of the time getting brick. I'll at least come out with one place with at least max mats, so 999 mats or something. So I have to come out of a place with max on a certain material. And yeah, because if you only have 200, you're obviously gonna have to build up hills or something. If someone's shooting from above, you're gonna have to shoot up hills. So what I usually suggest is just get like 999 mats on a certain thing, and yeah, you'll be okay. But then I'm gonna teach you the type of 90s I do. Certain different 90s you can do, whichever. So usually mostly people like doing no jump 90s, which is really hard to do. So yeah, I can't really do them. Yeah, I really cannot do them. People who do right 90s like this, best thing for me to do it. So after you've done 3, that's when you start getting a bit tired. So if I could try and do 4, you can just do 4. So probably the max 90s you can possibly do is 4. Because if I try to go for a 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's when you usually like block yourself in. So if you're like in a really intense build battle, just make sure you think about how many 90s you're doing. The top you can possibly do is 4, so like again 1, 2, 3, 4. You can just about do 4. If I do 5 again like I did before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, brought myself in. I wouldn't really recommend doing 4, but I'd usually do 3. 1, 2. Oh, I'm already at max height. Just drop down. So what I usually do is just 1, 2, 3. Like this. 1, 2, 3. Then push forward. Like if you do 4, 5, you won't be able to do any more than 5. You won't be able to do 5 anyways. That's if you are lucky. See, even if I try it. 1, 2, 3. Oh god. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I wouldn't really recommend doing that, but yeah. Editing, I wouldn't really say I'm a really good editor. I'd just say I'm okay for a season 7 player at editing. Like I haven't really focused editing. What I usually do most of the day is play creative, building things, learn how to edit a lot quicker. Like, there is other styles of building you could possibly do in games, but most of the time you don't really want to do it because it's acting a bit cocky. So you don't really want to risk getting, like, you don't want to risk dying to fall damage if you're doing a risky build. Because this is the type of build I never really always do, but it's a really good thing to do if you know how to do it properly. So what you do, you place a wall, not a floor. stair behind you, so you have to go a little bit forward just so, you know, the stair actually goes just over you. You place a little bit of stairs. You do this, put a floor, transfer, and then place this. Edit the wall like this. Let's see if I can actually edit, and then do it again. Another way you can do that is, so it's like this, and then you edit both of them, and then you rush up. But the most time, if you really do want to do that, so you have to make sure you have a floor here, because if I take the floor away, oh god. Right, so I'll just, if you do this, then if I edit this, just take all this away. 1 second. See, if I do that again, it didn't work there, but yeah. So if I do that, so if I don't put a floor here, if I don't put a floor on that one, so when I try to do the transfer, put a floor, stair, it's just gonna fall. So you have to really make sure that you actually do put a floor. Otherwise, yeah. You don't have to do the roof above. You don't have to do that roof, but I suggest you do it for like more support on the build, if you know what I mean. The best way, like, I would usually like not waste too much mats in a game. People usually just, if they, as soon as they get shot, they'll literally go like this. They'll literally box up, build, literally like they'll do 490s and sit like here. Most people, they'll rush forward like this. What I usually just do if I want to rush forward, I don't just, you know, straight up build above like this. I don't really usually do that. I'll just sit there with rams, move forward a little bit, wait till I get a bit closer, see how good of the player is to build, and then I'll start 19. If you're just gonna build, you know, repeatedly over and over and over, that's when like people usually die. 'Cause if you build too much, that's when you usually like, you know, lose all the games. Like that's how I usually lose mine. So I should just like not to do anything like that. Another way, like, I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah. Another way for edit, right, I'm just gonna explain editing now. So what I usually do daily is I'll do war on floor double. I'll do 2, like, so 1, 2. Then I'll edit this and edit down, do this, edit down, do this, edit down. I usually do that probably an hour a day at least, so then like I can practice on editing down on people. If you're doing it like really fast, that's when you usually mess up. But I'd say the best way to possibly edit in the game is have the same controls but I have. So let's go to my controls. So editing controls, right? So build controls. So left analog stick to edit. Edit controls still the same. Left analog stick to reset. And then R1 is to confirm. R2 select, obviously. That's what I usually like to do, but I've seen a lot of people, so I'm literally gonna try this. I've never usually tried it before, so I'm gonna go on editing controls. Okay, right. So you could easily do. This is confirm. So if I play like this. So you can use the left, like L2 button to confirm, but I wouldn't really recommend that though. So that's what makes it a lot harder. Another way you can possibly do it is if you want to know how to do it. So you could use this is select. Then you can use the R2 button for a confirm. So basically it'd be like, see, it's like really hard to do it, so I don't really recommend doing that one, but it depends which type of hand movement you prefer. So literally the best way to do it, so okay, right, so select for this, you could either have L2 confirm, L1 R1. Most people have this one I've got unbound, like the left one on the D-pad or whatever it's called, or they have the what usually people have map. A lot of people play it with circle for edit or square. Not a lot of people triangle. Some people do play it with the same settings I have, but I wouldn't really. I'd say the way mine is possibly a lot better if you think about it. It depends though, because people are wasting all sorts of money on scuff controllers, but that doesn't really usually make people a better player. The controller you have doesn't make you a good player. If you're gonna waste $200 or £100, €300 or whatever on a controller just to play a game, what's not even gonna be popular in a few years' time, I wouldn't really, you know, I wouldn't really like want. People shouldn't really do that because I've just got an ordinary PS4 controller, so I'm okay with my controller. I like my controller, but most people are just wasting too much money just you know, because they think that will make them better. That's not how it makes you better. The best way to be better is just practice, practice, practice. There's a lot of pro players who just go on creative for a few hours a day or something, an hour a day at least, half hour a day. Like a little bit of time on creative by yourself practicing would actually really affect you in a good way, like in a positive way if you want. But I'll spend an hour to 2 hours a day usually on creative. You don't have to, it's just I recommend doing it. Accuracy, accuracy is like something what varies throughout a lot of people. Most people can be playing the game for a while and they could have bad accuracy. Most people turn aim assist off on controller, but I don't know why. I have it on, but I used to have it off. As soon as I put it on, it made a really big difference. Like Ghost Aiden, he turned aim assist off, played without aim assist, and he played terrible. PC players, yeah, I do play PC sometimes. Like I'll get my keyboard out and then I'll practice on there a little bit, because I'm trying to go to PC full time, but I need to practice a little bit more, but I don't really think I'll be able to because of school. The perfect sensitivity for me, either between 800 to 9.88 to 0.9. So look here, I've got 0.8, 0.876 and 0. But this is like what I'm comfortable with. But most people usually have like the default one, so like what you get given when you first start the game. People are usually used to this, but for building, I usually have building the higher than the sensitivity what I usually like play on. So if I just look around with a pickaxe like this, and if I look like this, building always has to be higher than sensitivity. Otherwise, when you build, you ain't gonna be able to build as fast enough. So I'd say if you turn X or Y sensitivity has to be more. It depends on some people. In my case, So in my case, my Y sensitivity is just a little bit less than X. Most people have them exactly the same, but looking down and looking side to side, feels a little bit off, but not a big difference. It's not really, it's kind of hard to notice. But yeah, like I said before, don't bother wasting time, like wasting all your money, just buying scuffed controllers, just customized controllers. Won't help you better, just strategy helps, practice helps. There's a few maps what are pretty good, what I usually like, so I'm gonna go. Oh no, I don't want to start game. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Right, 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna end the game. Right, okay. Right, now you go hooks. Yeah. I'm just gonna get a map on what I've already got. This is usually what I love to play on, so 1v1 edit parkour. I'm gonna go on this. I have no idea what's happening. My rotate button is also right analog, or the left analog part of the controller, so the left side of it. I got them little arrow things, whatever they are. So I'm only going to go into this map just to show you what the code is, if you really want to play on this. And I'll also leave a code down below if people are really going to struggle. So yeah, we're just going to wait for this to load up. So there's the code there. Like I've already said, if people are going to struggle getting the code, I did say I would leave it below, so yeah. 1 second, guys, I just need to do something. Right, okay. So if you, I'll just leave the Discord below if you really want to check it out. Also guys, that was the end of this video. I hope this helped. So this editing course teaches you how to edit stairs, wall ramp floor, everything like that. Like button. Videos, trolling videos. But like I'm happy to do anything like that. Just tell me what you want and then do it. So see you in a bit. Peace.